Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. I am Cameron, the founder of the Home for Anime, and I am joined by my good friend, Mr. OldtypeNewtype, the Tape Dude, Black Otaku One. Ryan,
That's it.
how are you? Did I miss any of
I'm
your
I'm
monikers?
good. Nah, you good, bro. You got that.
Let's
That was
go!
it. That was it.
So, before we get into what we're talking about, do you want to tell me about your shirt? Or do you want me to tell you about
Oh,
mine first?
no, you go first. Host
So
always. Yeah.
so I'm wearing this Platinum Baka Association Urusei Yatsura shirt. So I make a joke at my own expense that I am consistently cosplaying as Freddie Gibbs wearing anime t-shirts. So today
All
I am
right.
I am cosplaying as Freddie Gibbs
Word.
wearing an Urusei Yatsura t-shirt.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Lambda forever, man.
Love the forever.
That's right. The see everybody talk about waifu and this and that. Nah, that's the ultimate waifu right there.
Precisely. But I didn't make this. That looks like something that a certain somebody made.
Yeah, so old type, new type, I'm all about trying to push the culture forward. And I started end of last year making merch. And I have a physical media forever shirt that of course has Ken Kubo from Otaku no Video.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I put the design on a sweatshirt and been playing around with tests to you know see if I could market this and hopefully get it out to the people who believe in physical media. So
Sick.
yeah,
So what we're talking about today is very near and dear to both of our hearts. And I see your massive collection back there. You see some of my collection right here.
hmm,
And as you know, many of the memes say, this is only a fraction of our power. This is only a fraction
facts.
of the collections that we both have. And that is largely in part on my end, and this is where we get into. You can tell me if it's you as well. This is largely in part due to Right Stuff Anime.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
Right Stuff Anime. No, I'm going to let you talk about it because you told me something shocking that you have been collecting Right Stuff catalogs since the year I was born, since 1997.
Absolutely. So, my first Right Stuff catalog, I have it right here. I got in 1997, and of course, well, this is the first one that I did get. Um, there we go. I think this is Hyper Dolls on the back. But anyway, 1997. This is my original catalog. Um, Back in the day when we actually had video stores, I would go to Suncoast all the time, and they actually had advertisements for Right Stuff, for the catalog, and I'm pretty sure that because they were a distributor as well that. Uh, they received the advertisements, and then they would actually order from Right Stuff. So uh I went to Suncoast and filled out a form, and they sent me this book in 1997, this catalog. And then from there, uh a year later in high school, as I started to get more into anime, I had a friend who had the previous year's catalog. So I said, "Hey man, let me, can I buy those from him?" So I think I bought them off of him for like $5 a piece or something like that.
Oh
So
wow.
they had actually been making catalogs since 1994.
Oh,
So this is the 1994-95 catalog. Okay. And I think this is Toward the Terror. Yep, Toward the Terror. And then I had also bought the 95-96 catalog with our favorite.
yes, with our favorite invader Lum.
That's right. So uh for those catalogs, I use those as for lack of a better term, for an encyclopedia slash Bible, because
Hmm.
at the time, the internet was in somewhat of its infancy, and they didn't have crazy repositories where you could go and get information. So I use these catalogs as for me to gather information on theories.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, you and I had very different experiences because obviously I grew up when the internet was,
Hmm.
starting to boom, and now it
Right.
is just massive.
Right.
So I actually didn't really get into the right stuff anime scene until
Till
20
later.
2017, 2018.
Nice. Yeah.
And before then, I'm just buying things that I see in stores. I'm buying things on Amazon,
Hmm.
stealing things from Blockbuster, as one does.
That's no doubt. No doubt.
So everything that I buy, all my getting my manga from Borders. You remember Borders?
Absolutely.
Books a
Absolutely.
million.
The
So
manga cows sitting in the aisles, read them and stuff. Yeah.
back when it was just one little shelf, but like that entire upper realm that you see is all Pokemon adventure manga that
Nice.
I was getting from Borders until I started getting them from Right Stuff.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I hopped on the Right Stuff train, and I was just blown away by,
Yeah.
one, it had everything that I never knew I needed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everything. And it exposed me to so many. It taught me about distributors. It taught me
Absolutely.
about really how many DVDs are still being made, and
Yes.
how important Blu-ray is becoming.
Don't
Um,
let people tell you. I don't mean to cut
no,
you off,
go ahead,
bro.
go ahead.
Yeah. Don't let people tell you that physical media is dead because it is not.
It is
Those
not.
the big companies want you to think that because they want you to buy into their service.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's alive and it is well.
It is. I would say it's a little bit hurt right now, but it's also
No doubt.
making. It's also, we're in such a unique place because, like I said, I was learning about these
Yes.
different distributors. I love G Kids, and I love Discotech Media specifically.
Absolutely.
Those two are
Absolutely.
carrying the physical media. The fact where they say physical media is forever, Blu-ray is forever. That is one of
Yes.
Discotech's main things.
Yes.
And everything is on streaming, unless you want
Yep.
to watch just some weird obscure thing from the 70s, 80s, 90s, in which case you have to go to
Right.
YouTube because
Right.
licensing is a thing and not many
It
people
is.
want to deal with it. And then
It
you
is. Yeah.
have and then you have the Funimation Crunchyroll merger, and that just destroyed the
Gutted.
opportunity to get so many Blu-rays and
Gutted.
DVDs.
Gutted.
But
Yeah.
even worse than that is that Right Stuff was how you got it all affordably.
One stop shop, and they were about the people because the amount of specials and discounts that they had. And I mean, they were, Sean Kleckner, was the owner of Right Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Right Stuff started as I think a telescope manufacturer first.
Really?
Yeah, he started out as a telescope manufacturer at first, and that didn't go well, but he was getting into anime, and then I don't know the story verbatim, but then he turned it into an anime distributor and licenser. But yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
were, I think, a telescope manufacturer at first.
That is.
Just like how Nintendo, what did Nintendo make, cards or something like that, or
They did.
something
They
crazy,
started with.
something.
I think they did start with cards. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, and then you see where they are now. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how stuff started. I think I want to say in the late '80s. Yeah,
And then of course, we had from Right Stuff. We had a few different things. One, we got Nozomi Entertainment, which
exactly,
I'm just going to say right now, one of the best distributors. It basically died with Right
absolutely,
Stuff. I
absolutely.
am so happy that I
That's right.
picked up these Nozomi Entertainment, because whatever I didn't get from Nozomi, I now have to get from all the anime in the UK,
Yeah, yeah, yep.
because Crunchyroll's not doing anything with it because
No, they don't
Crunchyroll
because
is
they don't
no
get
longer for the
because
people.
exactly.
when it comes to
Yeah,
physical
I don't even
media.
like to call them Crunchyroll anymore. I just like to call them Sony because that's who they are. I mean,
Pretty much,
honestly,
yeah.
yeah.
Because
I mean, the
Crunchyroll
way,
was for the people.
yeah. I mean, the way right stuff like, I mean, the wind could blow, to the left and they say, oh, we're having a 10% off sale, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And speaking of Nozomi, even back in the 90s, Right Stuff was licensing um, anime and distributing them themselves, from the start because they actually did Irresponsible Captain Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
They also did iCity. This is a OVA movie from the 80s that is absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see, that's Right Stuff.
Oh,
They
wow.
distribute, they licensed and distributed this movie. And I can tell you this. If if anybody can license rescue this and put this in 4K, absolutely amazing. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, at this point, it would have to be somebody who sells through media OCD.
Yeah, yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. They are.
So, I mean, dude, Right Stuff just had
They
everything.
did. They did.
It was crazy. And you know what was so crazy? And it's not even that I was buying anything from this section, but this
Uh huh.
they had multitudes of 18 plus stuff.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they
So seriously, this is the 2001 2001 catalog,
mm,
and by this time, um, so if you look here in the back of this book here, they had a whole section for 18 plus. They had a whole section for it. And I mean, like, you know, everything. Like they were a one-stop shop. They had everything. 18 plus, they had the accessories, they had the t-shirts, all of those t-shirts that you see now going for $500 or $600. Go open up an old Right Stuff catalog. You'll see all of them in there.
oh my god, dude. And
Yeah,
and and
man.
and I mean that I feel like Right Stuff very much has something to do with the otaku streetwear community in some way or
Oh,
another. I mean, I
absolutely.
would not I would not be wearing this
Right.
even if the Platinum Baka Association, never bought from Right Stuff. I would not be wearing this if not for the Right Stuff company. I wholeheartedly believe that. But
Yes.
Right Stuff just was incredible when they were, let's just be honest, it was an acquisition. It was a major
Yeah.
acquisition by Crunchyroll, and
Yeah.
and I understand Kleckner to a degree. The
Yeah.
money, the money is too good. The money was
I,
too good
and
to put away.
I don't even want to speculate how much he got for them. They broke
I
them off.
They
You
had
know
to
they
have.
did.
No, they
They
had to
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there is no way that unless it was just the prettiest penny that you have ever seen, that
Right.
that he would
Yeah.
let that have happened. Because have you bought from the Crunchyroll store?
I have not.
It is,
I have not.
you know what, sponsors are
I
not gonna ever be a thing on this channel. I can tell you it is hell on earth.
I bet. I bet. I bet. I can't imagine because I've put stuff like in the proverbial cart that
Mm-hmm.
that never that never gets bought from. But I don't think I can in my best interest. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. And then I look at my account that they imported over from Right Stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking at when they digitized it, looking at all the. I'm like, man, like like looking at this stuff. I'm like, I bought a lot of physical media when it was on sale, when it was next to nothing, and it
Exactly.
was like. They always had rolling deals, or every day they had, these are the items that are on sale today you know, they would put 4 or 5 items, get these.
Mm-hmm. for no reason.
for no reason, for none.
And it would just
Yeah,
be like the most random thing that you've never heard of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the prices were so they were beyond competitive. You're paying like rings of ring. That series. I think it was three or four discs OVA series, and that was always like $5 a disc. Like they were just because it didn't sell well. So instead of having it at $10 or $15 a disc, they said no, we'll just leave it at. It may even been $3, but they had so much stock that they were like all of this stuff we have here, let's just get it out of the warehouse. Let's just sell it at a price point where we could get rid of it. Crunchyroll doesn't do that.
No, no, everything is full price and back ordered.
And
So
back ordered,
it is
yeah,
so the back orders are so bad. The back orders are so bad, Ryan, that Discotech was already selling things through Media OCD. But
yeah,
there recently, and this episode is going to be coming out a while after it has been recorded, but recently
yeah,
there has been this debacle where Crunchyroll has been actively canceling orders that had back ordered discotheque specific items. So now Media OCD is doing a monthly pre-order for multiple discotheque titles because that is the only way that you can get this old media that you can't get on streaming. Which, look, I love reviewing anime. I really do. I rely on streaming. That's the only way that I can see new
yeah,
things. and
yeah.
and these days you're not going to get anything on physical media that's new if it doesn't come with
Right.
an English dub.
That's
So
right.
I
That's
need
right.
I need this because I can't just study my Blu-ray.
That's
Because
right.
like I'm watching
Nah,
Journal with Witch, there's not going to be a Journal with Witch Blu-ray.
that's insane.
That's insane because back in the day you didn't have to worry about that. You could
Nope.
just get something.
Nope. Yep. And and one thing about back in the day is that, hey, is it being licensed? Yay! Is it dub? No, but we're still getting it. Yay! You know what I'm saying? So it was
Exactly.
like it was like, can we just have it? Can we just get it on disc? That's all we want. That's all we want.
And then even crazy, everything about the situation just gets me because I think too about the do you remember Aria the animation?
Yep. Yeah, because
They
that was a no, yeah, no, Nozomi. They put that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a crowdfunder for
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Blu-ray,
go. Mm, yeah.
and they got but it got us an English dub of it. Now
Nice.
the
Yeah.
the whole acquisition process from Crunchyroll means that a lot of people got that dirty pair. Because I saw that look on your. I know it's because of dirty pair, isn't it? They ruined.
Ooh, that
Crunchyroll
was
dropped the ball on that so
oh,
hard.
dropped the ball, fumbled, and oh god, that was the worst experience that I've ever had in through a Kickstarter. And don't get me wrong, okay, yeah, COVID happened, but still, nah,
That I can't even use that as
nah,
an excuse
no, you can't,
because of
because
Aria.
3 years. Oh, true indeed,
And
true
they
indeed.
even licensed the Aria manga. Like they had this whole Aria the Masterpiece 7 thing, and they're like, we will bind this all together and we will give it to you. And I think they did it through Tokyo Pop. I think it was through Tokyo
Okay.
Pop.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
and this was within the past 5 years.
yeah.
And actually, was it Tokyo Pop? I
Huh.
want to stand up, but I'm wearing gray sweatpants.
No doubt.
I don't want to get demonetized
No doubt.
before I even get monetized.
Right.
But no, they did that. So it's really just because Right Stuff is no longer with us. Truly,
Yeah.
this is the closest, and I have lost family members. This is my first true dearly departed.
Yeah. It was a gut punch. It hurt. It hurt. it hurt, and it almost, I can't even remember the tweet, but remember when Sean was, he got on, I remember when he got on Twitter before it became a cesspool, and he was like, it was almost like he was like, he was almost, it almost seemed like he was apologizing, like he knew, like, you, like, we understand, bro, don't get me wrong, we understand, you know what I'm saying, like, no, they probably threw you, yeah, we know
Mm-hmm.
anime is $1 billion industry now. Like, we know they threw you some bread. They gave you a layup,
They had to
but
have.
they, oh yeah, but like, he knew, like, he understood. He would. I remember it was just like everybody was like, God help us, because yeah, everybody knew as a collective, and
Yeah.
he knew, yeah, and it was truly sad that they were going the way of the dinosaur, because we talk about pillars, you know, and that's one thing about the anime community. I think that a lot of younger fans, like, they just see it, it's given to them like wholesale. It's like, here, it's presented to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
streaming, it's in English. This is for you. Well, and I know a lot of people, say, well, the older fans, they're this way. Well, we are this way because this was hard. This was, this is what you're getting. This was being in the mud. Here, we had to work, we had to really work to get the stuff we wanted to see.
Right, because you're from the generation where you guys are just hustling for tapes that don't even have subtitles.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, yes. I still have those tapes.
Yeah.
Raw Japanese, just because it's there. When I got my first Right Stuff catalog, 1997, I was in 11th grade, 10th, no, 10th grade. I was in 10th grade. So, you know, that was like me turning into like an anime fan. I wouldn't call myself an otaku yet, but like, I was really starting to get into it, because I was like, damn, I've got this, I've got these catalogs. And when I started to get these catalogs, it was like, oh, okay, this is more than just what's being shown on TV, or for that matter, just, what we're trading tapes on. This is a real live ecosystem. Like, there's a little bit of money put behind it, and there's these companies that are really trying to get it out for the people.
Right,
You
because
know,
I feel like this is a company that truly recognized that anime added so much to the animation medium
yeah,
that,
yeah.
aside from it being quite literally from another culture,
Oh, absolutely,
it it
absolutely.
is in itself, yes, it is inherently Japanese, but it is a cultural
That's right.
experience,
That's right.
and it still remains that way. It's just, and I was talking to a friend about this earlier. Everything that is new,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying the new type in your name, but it's very,
No, no, no.
very manufactured, very automated, as
Yeah.
opposed to how raw, how the hustle was. We people in my age group and a little bit older, they're like, oh yeah, I remember watching this anime in parts on YouTube, and
Right.
in that respect, I feel like I was way more spoiled than you were.
Yeah.
I feel like I had
Yeah.
it easy. I feel like our
Yeah.
generation had it easy.
Yeah.
Aside from, of course, the whole all of us were bullied for liking anime. But in terms of collecting, in terms of what is in our home, our safe haven,
Right.
the and I will go a step further and say the thing that gives us control, it gives us a sense of control. There's a lot of psychology behind this. And
Mhm.
a company like Right Stuff, who is trying to be affordable, who's trying to
Oh,
pull from so many
yeah.
different facets, whether it
Yeah.
be children's programming, whether it be
Oh, yeah,
shonen,
absolutely.
josei, the 18
Abs-
plus, like,
right.
we want to do something for everybody.
Absolutely.
And they
Absolutely.
and they did that. And
Yes, they did.
your not only your catalog collection, your tapes, your
Hmm.
live streams, everything that you do, even your company, all of this points to the fact that they were absolutely right.
Yeah, organic. It was all organic
Yes.
because through right stuff and just being in the anime space, it made me realize, like, well, first, I love this stuff. Like, this isn't just, yeah, it's cartoons. Okay, we know what it is. It's Japanese cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Let's not perpetrate fraud like it's anything else.
Right.
It's cartoons, but we understand like the technical merit behind it. It's funny because like it's like the Japanese took animation and they somewhat perfected it in a way where it's nothing you've never seen before. And because of that, it did something within myself. Like it was this small transformation, some gatai that put it all together. That
Mhm.
was like, oh shit! Like I know that I can be like, okay, I wanted to be the Oda King. Ken Kubo, like
Right.
that was like one of the things. Like, oh man, I wanted to be that. But then, as I got older and I started old type, new type. Well, I don't need to be the Oda King. I just need to give back to the people, and that's what right stuff. I felt like what they did. So that's why I started old type, new type, first scanning new type magazines. You know, nobody was doing that. I was scanning new type magazines and letting the world see what was in those beautiful pages
Mhm.
from their books in the 80s. And then from there, then, started to do merch and, tape dude character and all that because right stuff from the start turned a switch on in my head and was like, yeah, there's something to these Japanese cartoons that nothing else is doing.
And it's cementing a place in history.
Yes.
Like what that was doing, what you do, what people who revisit these series, who study these companies do, that is all what I would consider to be in the realm of being a historian.
No doubt. It's funny as you mentioned that because that's like, you know, no short of myself, I don't think of myself as that. But then when I look around, surrounded by relics of the past. And I guess I can't call myself a historian, but in our culture, in the black culture, we had, African griots, right? We had griots who orated because they lived through it. I'd rather call myself a griot and orate what I've lived through and give lessons through that than call myself a historian because as I get older in age, dates, like hard dates, I used to remember hard dates, but now hard dates, I can't. But I can tell you around this time what was going on, somewhat what year it was, what was going on in pop culture and all of that. So I can orate all, any of that, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm not the best at like keeping records, but it's all up here.
Well, I will tell you, and
Um,
I'm not refuting what you're saying at all, but all that behind you, that's literally a museum, man.
and it's funny too because like it's crazy. It's just like I'm an otaku. This is just par for the course. I'm a physical media otaku because this is how do right stuff
Mm-hmm.
and going to Suncoast and rent, going to the Blockbuster and those mom and pop video stores, tapes and DVDs, and even to the extent of my parents. My parents collected records and CDs and tapes, and we rented movies, and we did that as a family. One of the fondest memories that I have is my mom. My dad worked nights, so my mom taking us to me and my brothers to the movies. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
during the day, or even when my mom was working evenings and my dad was at home, he would take us to the movies. See crazy movies like RoboCop. Being a 5, 6 years old, watching these movies, and then as I got older and a teenager, he would leave work on Tuesdays because Tuesdays was when all of the CDs and the tapes and the DVDs and the records would come out every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Every Tuesday back in the day in the 90s, that was the drop date. Tuesdays. He would leave work and go, record stores, Blockbuster, it would be the Wiz, anywhere, and he would come home with DVDs, tapes, CDs, tapes because he was into physical media. So it's all relative. It's all relative.
Let me ask you this, as this is completely off subject, but also slightly on subject.
Yeah,
Did you I I got to watch Robot Carnival. I rewatched Robot Carnival, and
it's a must.
I I was looking through the there's this, how Blu-rays have special features sometimes,
Yeah,
which they're starting to not really anymore.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
was looking through it and I saw that there actually was an English release of Robot Carnival,
Yeah.
and I would say that anime releases in theaters were more sporadic, in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Didn't really pick up
Oh,
until the
absolutely.
2010s. So I'm just curious, completely
About
off
that?
subject. Did you get to watch Robot Carnival in theaters?
No. Mm-mm.
Tell me that wouldn't have been a
I'm
trip,
even
though.
trying to I'm even trying to remember what my first. God, dog. I can't even really like remember like my first anime that I really like watched in a movie theater. I got to really sit back and think about that because it wasn't until, I mean, maybe if you want to call it that, Pokemon the movie was like the first one.
See,
To be honest, that was 2000, right?
that was 98 or
Okay.
99, and
Yeah.
my
And,
my parents did something. They uh because my brother's 8 years older than me. He loves Pokemon, or he loved Pokemon.
yeah.
They were like, all right, we're gonna take Perry to see this, and we're just gonna bring the baby. So I was talking to my mom the other day. I was like, so what was the first anime movie that I saw in theaters? She's like, well, the first movie you saw, period, was actually just Pokemon, the first movie. Like, we took you to the theater to see that,
Wow.
and
Amazing.
you were so well behaved, because they were already
Amazing.
sitting me in front of the TV and to watch Pokemon. And then as I'm getting older, and I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old, I'm getting
Yeah.
these Pokemon VHS tapes that
See?
you just get
Yep.
out of the bargain bin. I remember
Yep.
watching Primate. Remember the episode where Primate becomes, or is working to become the P champion? I
Uh-huh.
I had that. I just was watching these
Yeah.
things over and over again, and then seeing these advertisements for Kimba the White Lion, and I'm
Got you.
like, the what is this? What? Not knowing what anime was, obviously.
Right. No doubt. Yeah. But see, your parents doing that, it really, it brought you here. You may not remember it, but it's there in your conscience. They were already putting you on the path. They were putting you in front of the TV watching Pokemon.
Yeah,
And then when they took you to the movie theater, it connected with you. Like you may not know it was Pokemon per se, but your brain realized that you were watching something familiar.
yeah, man, it's all so beautiful,
You know?
but
That's crazy.
it just goes back to, you just you don't have that, or I feel you don't fully keep that until you have that physical media with you,
Yeah.
because
And yeah,
those oh, go ahead.
absolutely. No, no, no. You go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead.
no,
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, those core memories are those trips to
that's right.
Blockbuster and
Yes,
Hollywood Video,
absolutely.
like a year after you've seen a movie, and you're just like, wow, that is a beautiful VHS tape and slipcover of Pokemon the movie 2000
Right.
that I had on my mantle.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I brought you here to talk about the legacy of Right Stuff, to talk about this
Yeah.
physical media collection, because
It's important.
I don't know who I would be without it. And
Absolutely.
there's a lot of
Absolutely.
people who feel that way, who post
Absolutely.
their collections, and I know that a lot of
Yeah.
them got stuff from Right Stuff.
Right. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And the funny thing is about physical media. Um, when you talk to somebody who oh, my parents would talk about it, or I'm talking about people who are a little younger. My parents would talk about it, or even people who grew up with it, but then because they were born during the advent of streaming technology, they got divorced from it.
Mm.
You know, my thing is this: I'm trying to find a way to get them to get back into it because it feels good, like you were saying, the slip cover, to touch it,
Mm-hmm.
to open it up, you know, to pull that tape out. One of the best feelings in the world, just auditory and visually, is just putting a tape into a VCR and listen to the reels, slide onto the drum and
Yeah.
hearing the hum of the tape while while it scans. Like that's something that is so ingrained inside of me. It's yes, I have streaming services, but it's not going to beat this. Not having the cover art, the key art that they give to put this stuff on the tapes. And even, I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, I would get this Dragon Ball Z tape, but I don't have a VCR. No, stop.
Mm-hmm.
You're already there because you're in your mind, you want it. Buy the tape, right? It's calling your names. A lot of times you don't choose the items, the item chooses you.
Mm.
Pick it up, right? That thing is going to sit on your shelf, and guess what you're going to do? You're going to start looking for VCRs because you know what? Why is it sitting here? I want to play this. I really want to get into this. So guess what? You get the VCR, you put it in, you play it, you fall in love. It takes nothing. It takes a marketplace, Facebook marketplace fine. I wouldn't go to Fleabay, you know what I'm saying, for electronics because the prices are outrageous. But the best thing is Facebook Marketplace. Go to Facebook Marketplace. Get you this. Even if you want something a little bigger, get a laser disc. Get a laser disc. Look at this. These are before DVDs, right? It's a big old disc, right? But this is the album artwork of video. It's just a big old album, but it's a video in here. They usually have big liner notes and stuff in here. Like physical media is where can you go to be invested into a show or medium? You watch it and then you have something from it. Guess what? You watch something on streaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
More oftentimes you're burning through it, so you can't fully digest it. You're just watching it, and then half the time that some people are on their phone while it's playing on the background, where you're supposed to be paying attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring back week to week. Let's stop burning through shows. Let's fully dive into it, watch it, digest it, and also too, let's own it. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not trying to get off subject, but it's like
No, that's perfect. You're
you know,
absolutely right.
write stuff instilled that into me because they offered so much. At one point, they offered laser discs. They had a section for laser discs for Pioneer laser discs that you could get. You know, like
I mean,
my
you're
first
right.
convention, Otakon '99. I'll never forget going into the dealer's room and guess what? There were dealers in there also selling TVs, VCRs, and laser discs.
Really,
Yeah.
that
I
is
was blown away
awesome.
because I was like, oh shit, I was like, so I could come here, buy a tape or a laser disc, or and be able to, if I don't have the equipment, I could buy it here as well. Come on, it's not like guys, it's not hard. I mean, that was '99, but like we need to start getting back into that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree, man.
yeah,
I just love collecting so much, and
I do too.
I miss right stuff
I do. I do
every
as
day
well.
that every day that I say, oh, I want this,
Yeah.
and it I wish I could get it for $40 less than what it
Oh,
is being posted for.
yeah. Well,
And it,
you see what media OCD is doing.
yeah.
The stuff that's kind of like hard to find or
Mm-hmm.
hard to get, which I think we're implying about Crunchyroll's back orders. They put a lot of stuff on their sites. They went straight
Yeah.
to the distributor and was like, "Look, put it on our site." You, we have what it takes to take this media and get it out in a manner. We don't have a corporate machine behind us. We're the machine, and we're for the people. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
And I love that.
definitely. No, I feel like if it wasn't for the prices, which I understand why they are selling them for typically is it MSRP or MRSP?
MSRP.
MSRP.
I think it's MSRP. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So they sell it for MSRP, and I understand why they do it, but also I get I get what it is
Market
that
market share retail price. I think that's what it is. Anyway, yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
correct. But
Uh,
I get what it is that I want, um, and I get it in pristine condition. Because that's one thing. One reason that I say that buying from Crunchyroll is hell is that you never know what condition your Blu-rays and DVDs are going to
that's
arrive in.
crazy. That's crazy.
I've had boxes just straight decimated, not packed.
That's crazy.
Like my mom is actually a very big advocate for physical media preservation, and she loves the fact that I inherited that from her. So
Good.
she will
See.
send things to me, and she'll be like, "Son, did this come with respect?" And I'm like, "Nah."
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
My
I
mom,
like that. See, your mom knows. See,
yeah.
I like that. Did it come with respect? See,
And so
hell yeah.
it's like she doesn't fully know the ins and outs of where to buy from and all of that, but she through talking to me and my mom spoils me rotten with this, but she's like, son, I'm not fucking with Crunchyroll if that's what they're gonna do for you.
Yeah.
Like
That's right.
I would rather just pay a little
That's
bit
right.
less and take my chances with Amazon. Or you say you want to try Media OCD, and that's how you can get Discotech. That's how you can get Anime Go. That's
That's
how you
right.
can get Media Blasters. All right, then
Right.
that's what we're gonna do
That's right.
because that her words are you don't want a messed up collection. You don't
No, you don't.
if
No
you are
doubt.
collecting if you are a collector, you want things in the best condition possible, and you
Absolutely.
want to preserve that media for as long as possible because she was collecting
Absolutely.
VHS tapes. She was collecting the Pokemon, the Little Bear, the Blues Clues VHS tapes when I was a kid. So she's like, I love this for you. I love that you inherited this hobby from your
That's
father and
right.
I. And,
That's right.
now it's the things that you want and it's in this new upgraded format. And I'm just, it makes you happy. And because of that, it makes me happy. It's beautiful. Like, I love how anime collecting has even brought me closer to my mother.
Absolutely.
But
That's how, man, that's all right.
she was devastated when Right Stuff because she's like,
Oh,
you mean that thing that used to cost $20 and we should have got it at Right Stuff when it was still open
right.
now costs 80?
Exactly.
Son,
Exactly.
you're ruining me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
just don't worry about it. She's like, no,
You're
we're
right.
gonna figure it out, but
It got, yeah.
I can't
That's
believe
what
that
I'm
this
talking about.
happened.
Solutions. Solutions. That's
So
right. You got to figure. That's right.
so how
Yeah.
people say like everybody and their mama loved XYZ. Literally everybody and my mom loved Right Stuff.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. And like you said earlier, it was tragic because like we knew when it was announced, we knew where it was going. We already knew, and and I know a lot of people, especially the ones who aren't in the physical media and who they're like, what are you all y'all have no idea. Like they were such a pillar in the community that their passing, it was like you said, like a family member passing. It was just it's a void that is gone that cannot be filled.
Yeah.
They've been around since the early to mid 90s, distributing anime wholesale. I mean, you're talking about 35 years of like blood, sweat, and tears. Like they were in the trenches. So it hurts. It really hurts.
It still hurts because the Right Stuff
Yeah.
subreddit is still bumping.
Oh, it's alive. Yeah, it is. Yes. Yes, it is.
Shout out to my boy Right Stuff Jake answering everybody's questions on Reddit.
Man, that's what's up. Cause,
Gosh.
whew, Lord,
Well,
good stuff. And from what I understand too, like the he treated the staffers there well as staffers there well.
yeah.
Like they were like they were really literally like a family. And even when I had stuff on back order, I was able to give them a call. They were nice. They would let me know the status of my order.
Yes.
Never had issues, like
Never
ever,
once. That was another thing
ever.
that I loved. The customer service was
It was top tier.
perfect. There was no notes. No notes. Why am I communicating with a man on Reddit who's like, give me your order number. I will
Yeah,
get this resolved for you on
yeah,
Reddit, on the phone, whatever it is that
yeah,
you want. They had that system down
yeah,
packed perfectly.
yeah. They sure did.
It
They sure
it
did.
did.
Yeah.
It felt like family.
And even like when you would receive an order, they would send sticky notes in the box order, like a small little pad of sticky notes with the Right Stuff logo on it. I still got a couple of them floating around. They would also put stickers in every once in a while. They would send you a card with a coupon code on it. Hey,
Was just
next
about to
order
talk about
15.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, 10-15% off or whatever it was. So y'all have no idea. Right Stuff was like a real human interaction, but a business. You know how humans are supposed to be when you talk to somebody and you're exchanging information and you're talking, you're having somewhat of a good time and you're trading ideas. That's how Right Stuff felt. Right Stuff felt like it didn't feel like an automated IVR. I'm talking about the business itself. I'm just talking about Right Stuff as a whole. It felt like you were interacting with another anime fan.
Mm-hmm. You're
That's
absolutely
how it felt.
correct. So honestly, with all that being said, rest in peace, Right Stuff.
Yeah,
You
seriously.
you gave us the best treatment. You gave us some of the best titles, all at a reasonable price. You The Right Stuff
Yep,
was 100% for the people. And
absolutely.
Ryan, I'm gonna end this by asking you a fun
Yeah,
question, semi related to
sure.
Right Stuff, but just
Okay,
as collectors. Let's
okay.
share what our what is it that we missed that we an item that we missed that we're like, dang it, I can't believe that I could not get this. Your number one.
Oh my God. And it's funny because it's somewhat recent. The Blu-ray release of Space Runaway Edeon.
It's gone.
Oh, it's out of print. And when it left, it was like because I want to say it wasn't Nozomi, it was Sentai. I think Sentai put it out. And they said, there wasn't an announcement. It was just like, hey, it's on back order. We're gonna print more. Don't worry. We're going to make more. Well, a month came by, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and then a year, and then everyone's like, like, what's up with Space Runaway? Oh, yeah, the license lapsed, so we're and that is one of those shows that's well, I watched A Contact and especially Be Invoked, the two movies to end it the series because y'all know how Tamino do. Um, ran out budget ran out, so they ended the series. It was just like what the hell happened. So they made A Contact and Be Invoked to one recap the series and then two to give it a proper ending. And Be Invoked is a balls to wall banana movie. Yeah, I'm not going to give anyone spoilers, but I watched that movie New Year's Day every day for like the past like decade
Wow.
because of the symbolism of the end of that movie. So I watch that movie every year, and for me not to have it on Blu-ray when it came, I said, "Oh, it's out. I'll get it when it." And just like that, I mean, it was quick. It was quick. And if you look online, it's going for like between like $300 and $800 for the Blu-ray of the. Yeah,
Nah,
it's
nah, they
uh
can hold that.
yeah.
Well, Ryan,
What about you,
mine.
Cam?
So this hurts a little bit more because I live in the state where this was happening. So you're familiar with Animego in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Man, we could do another show on that.
We could. Robert is
Yeah.
such an interesting guy. I think I've talked to him once or twice, and I'm like, wow,
Okay.
you are something else. And I remember, I think I actually asked him directly one day. I was like, hey, gunsmith cats, can you do anything for me, pal? And he was like, no.
You too.
Me
Yeah.
too. And it was
You
so
too.
funny.
Yeah.
It was at an anime
Mm.
convention, and at the same anime convention, I met Tiffany Grant. And
I
I
swear we could trace stories. I swear. Okay. Uh huh.
and I asked Tiffany Grant, I said, Miss Tiffany, because Southern, I said, Miss Tiffany,
Yeah.
you wouldn't happen to have any copies of Gunsmith Cats, the collector's edition, or just a standard Blu-ray, would you? She said, I have one, and I'm not giving it to you, dear, because it's mine. And I'm saying it
Yeah.
like this, but she was so nice. Tiffany
Yeah.
Grant is a very sweet
She
woman.
is. Nah, she's awesome. She is
So
awesome.
I
Yeah.
said, I said, yes, ma'am, I understand. And then she signed a T-shirt, and I think she signed one of my shoes. I'm
Nice.
not sure.
Nice. That's what's up.
So
The reason why I said me too is because out of all the Anime Go Kickstarters they done, I missed that one. I didn't do it, and I don't know why. I don't know why. So, and I regret it because I've done each and every one of them.
like I'm looking at everything on this wall. I'm looking at Megazone 2-3. I'm looking
Yeah.
at Metal Skin Panic, Vampire
Yes.
Princess Miyu,
Madops. Yes. Right.
everything,
Right.
everything
Yeah.
except for
Except.
Gunsmith Cats, the one
Right.
thing that they
Right.
have actively said we are not reprinting.
It's crazy, right? Right.
And I
Right.
just want to say, what
Right.
if I said pretty please?
Seriously. Ain't too proud to beg, but God, dog, man.
When it comes to
Like,
Gunsmith Cats, I might.
right, right, rally, what,
Like
what,
Rally Benson and Minnie, what was it?
right?
Sweet as Minnie Mouse May.
God, dog, man, come on.
So
And see,
good.
the funny thing is that I have it on DVD and I have it on tape. But the thing is that I was like, oh, but I looking back, I regret it. I got a small, a tight. I don't want to call it a beef because I don't want to starting. I'm not trying to start anything, but like I helped. I provided some materials actually for the Otaku no Video Blu-ray.
Have that one too.
Yeah, I provided materials for that, and I was thanked and everything, and they were like, yeah, they're going to send, send you a DVD and a patch because you contributed to the release. I ain't getting none of that shit. I still got the emails and everything, and I even thought about like actually hitting Justin up and be like, "Hey, man, listen, I know it's been a while, but what can you do?" Because I was like, I provided some high res images because at the time I was doing old type, new type through scanning the books. And they saw one of my posts, which was an Otaku no Video, and they were like, Ryan, can you help us out with that? Can you scan this at like 800 DPI? I was like, sure. I got it to them the next day, and they were like, I know you signed up for it, but we're going to send you an additional disc with a. Never got it. Never got it. And I know closed mouths don't get fed, but I was just like, I wanted them to do right, but I guess you can't. They can't do right if you don't say nothing. So,
Right.
and I was like, ugh. I don't want. Nah, they promised to me, so let me. I might hit Justin up and be like, "Hey, man, look, years ago,
Hey man, better late than never.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt."
So, Mr. Old Type, New Type. Black Otaku One, Tape Dude,
Yes, sir.
my friend Ryan.
Can.
Where can people find you if they want to follow all of your incredible exploits?
Okay, so you can find me on well, originally I started on Twitter at X, but it's a cesspool now. I do step in there every couple days just to see what's on. You can catch me there at Black Otaku One. You can actually catch me at oldtypenewtype.85 on Instagram and on Blue Sky. You can catch me there. Of course, you can still go to oldtypenewtype.com. You could go back in the archive. I always tell people go into the archives because I scanned a lot of stuff, and I started that. I think I started that old type new type in 2012,
Mm,
and I mean, it's at close to 100,000 followers, and like it's still every day. People repost, people get images, people hit me up for stuff. So oldtypenewtype.com, look through the archives. There's plenty of images in there. Also, oh yeah, if you go to my old type new type page on Instagram or any of my socials, you can get to the merch shop. So be on the lookout. I'm about to drop some exclusives real like next week. So be on the lookout for that. And then every Friday, me and the homie anime kickback, we go live on Instagram 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram, and we talk about we talk about anime. But thing is, we're all adults, so it's not kiddie talk. We're not talking
mm,
about power levels. We're not talking about power scaling. We're talking about real life situation, real life stuff. But we're talking about anime. We're
right.
mixing it all in. So uh, and also last plug, be on the lookout for the underground anime society because we are trying to start something. We're trying to start a real movement and really bringing back the essence of physical media. So be on the lookout for that because that's coming real soon.
And all of those links are going to be in the description. Ryan, thank
Yeah,
you so much. I
Cameron,
really,
hey, I appreciate you. And if you have any other questions or anything like, man, hit me up, man, because like I said, I can talk all day.
this has been so much fun. I really enjoyed having you. And to everyone listening, watching this, take care.
That's right. Physical media forever.
Physical media forever.